This democracy in Egypt, how did it happen? Was it not the people who came out to Tahrir Square and drove it? Who would say that it wasn't constitutional at that point? Don't you have a government in Syria? Tell me the constitution they followed. The people used their vote and said, because ultimately, the meaning of democracy, and let me take the liberty to again repeat what I've been saying. Comprehension. There are different levels people comprehend things. What do you think democracy is? Typically, Nigerians think you have 3 arms of government. That's democracy. No, you have a civilian. That's democracy. That's not true. Can I tell you a definition of democracy that when people genuinely motivated and in search of justice are the last line of defense. Not the DSS, not the police, not the army. When the people, you and me and everybody, say that you are breaching our rights, we're ready to die here. You will not do it. That is the meaning of democracy. Don't go away. That is democracy, not 3 arms of government. But Nigerians assembled from the late 1800s to 1900, the protectorate, 1940, the amalgamation, and then 1960. Nigerians are not ready to do that. We are some of the bravest people on earth. Undoubtedly, some of the most ingenious people on earth. Why am I telling you? Go to where Nigerian army is operating. They don't do rubbish when Nigeria. The only way, when Nigeria is not operating, they will go and do what they're doing. Go to the universities in the whole Western Hemisphere. Go to the hospitals. Now it is gradually becoming a sign that to know how good a hospital is, you count the number of Nigerian surgeons in a hospital in the Western Hemisphere to know how it is good. No doubt about it, Nigerians, we are good and we can be good. Only thing is that we have not yet decided to unite for ourselves. The day we unite in Nigeria, be it on Eagle Square, be it we walk to the villa, be it whatever you do. And it is this awareness that DSS was afraid. The man is very intelligent too. He is super intelligent. There are things he doesn't want me to say. And you know, when someone that can end your life says, my brother, please, please. I said, okay, sir, we're friends. We'll work for security. Listen, it is this kind of awareness they don't want me creating. They don't want Nigerians aware. Should we allow that? I think we should not. You should be aware. If you are aware and you still decide out of your own laziness to allow someone to ruin your future, that's your good luck. Then keep quiet and never say anything again. Yeah.
Brilliant. We need to make serious progress. Yeah. You didn't quite interrogate Peter Obi and Kwankwaso's ticket. 1 or 2 minutes, sir.
Why should I interrogate something that was my idea?
Really?
Yeah. Please sit down one day and ask Peter Obi. On the 31st of January 2024, 8:30 p.m. at Jon Hotel. It was very difficult for me to track Peter Obi that time. I tracked him and what's your plan going forward? And I didn't get a plan. I said, if you don't have a plan, sir, please, here is either El-Rufai, Kwankwaso, or somebody I will not mention. Try and work with them. Can't you see Tinubu organized for 16 years? As much as I don't like his politics, I like him as a person. He's an uncle. Can't you see he organized, not planned, he organized for 16 years. And you're planning from day to day, from week to week. Like, no, sir, I don't behave like that. I'm methodical. I work with these people. And up till tomorrow, up to when he left Labour Party, I was still working with Peter Obi. While he was in ADC, I was holding Labour for him. Till I left Labour Party. While I came to PRP, I still said, Peter Obi, if you want to come, come. But then they were misreading people. If you could go to Labour in 2022 and say, I'll only enter if you give me a ticket, don't try that with PRP chairman. He'll tell you to take a hike.
And that's what happened. Than everybody else. You know, he's your brother. You know he's better than everybody.
Forget that brother thing. Read his profile. Read his everything. They tell you that this is not democracy. Because if you're a true Democrat, you should belong before you contest. And these are instructive things. Not get the ticket before you. It doesn't happen. It is not good for any system to happen. And these are the kind of things I try to tell Peter Obi. Though he listens to me, but there are times that I don't know who else, what else and before I know it, he has already taken the action. So I cannot criticize what is my idea. I'm very, very happy for Peter Obi to work with Kwankwaso. Very happy. And by the way, you don't join issues with certain kind of people. There was somebody who was on air. Someone told me that he was a long-term former staff of ours who was deeply agreed. But you don't join issues with people. That they are saying that I only gave 3,000 votes from my... Okay, listen carefully. Some people... No, listen. People don't read the entire page, not even the chapter or book. They only look at one line and they draw. And no, I'm not joining issues with anybody. But listen, I had earlier, as of 2011, I had scored 366,000 votes to defeat the then two-term governor and senator of my right to get to the Senate. It was later reduced to 365,000, and he took over the seat. No regrets. I also won in 2003 and 2007, disputed, of course, and all that. So I have always been winning elections. It was when you have to ask yourself, someone who has been winning elections all the way, it's only when he came with Peter Obi that he suffered this defeat. Yes, I was defeated. No, nothing to say. But how and why did that happen? I came in to give Peter Obi legitimacy. Not in the North, not just votes. And I did that exceedingly well. Exceedingly well. Remember, as I got on the ticket, the first thing I had to contend with were almost impossible tasks. To get Peter Obi, for me to carry him, go around the entire North, Caliphate, Borno, Shehu's Palace, Speaker Shehu's Palace, conk Muslim traditional, and I did that successively. My arguments were unimpeachable, impeccable. Now, what I was trying to do, given that, underline the word legitimacy, which underscores votes and everything, was there was issue of ID cards. I quashed that. There was the issue of demolition of mosques. I quashed that successfully. Yes, Daddy video came out again. I suppressed that. And then I spoke to you about our sister from the North, from my state. There are people that are kind of thinking that they would do anything. It has to be a Christian. It has to be a Southerner. Integrate them with the rest of the North. These things I did exceedingly well. Not a single one of them is saying thanks to me. But I had been warned that they will never say thank you to you. The same people who are saying I didn't give votes, are you forgetting the 980,000 votes reduced to 580,000 in Lagos, where Tinubu has been governor 8 years and put other governors for 24 years? We resoundingly defeated Tinubu in Lagos. Are you forgetting I don't like saying it, the northern communities in Southwest, in Lagos in particular, what I did to get those votes, even though they didn't deliver electoral materials to Peter Obi's stronghold, we still defeated. So please, some people only read just one line. And trust me now, I know how to use people's weight against them. I was acutely aware from the local government to the state that they want to go and embarrass me. And they were voting a lot of money on my polling unit. When they came, I said, please do me a favor. What? Welcome them.
Wow.
Go to my polling unit. Let them do what they want. I will go to where you don't think. And I will harm you there politically. And that's what I did. Was I a governor for 8 years? Was I collecting taxes in Northwest for 8 years? I was not. I've never collected
You're not
tax.
even a senator or a rep or something.
I was a senator. I was a rep.
Yeah, I know before. That was before, long ago. That was
I went to Lagos and I made sure that we beat the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria today. We are proud we beat him there in his own base.
Let's make progress. There's something that emerged when Peter Obi was giving his speech, acceptance speech on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Brilliant speech, and he touched on he hit the right notes.
He's a brilliant man.
Exactly, he hit the brilliant notes on what he was going to do. But then something stood out towards the end. He said, when he was announcing Kwankwaso, Musarabi Kwankwaso as his VP, he said it was going to be a partnership. And he reiterated them, let me 5 times, because initially I thought it was a mistake. Maybe he didn't know what to say. But he kept emphasizing that it was going to be a partnership. That worried me. That raised alarms in my head. In a few other, so sir, let me ask you first of all, was that the same promise he made to you? And you know why I'm asking that? Because we saw Shettima, current VP, at NBA seminar in Lagos 2022 or early 2020, before the elections, said, this ticket of Tinubu and himself, when they come into power, Tinubu will handle the economy, is an economic guru. He would handle security. We know how far that has panned out. Tinubu himself in London, Chatham House, said,
Can I quote you?
Sorry, sir. He said it's going to be teamship. One of the major members of that so-called teamship, Nasir El-Rufai, is languishing in jail as we speak here, sir. So, can you respond to this?
Yes. First of all,
I'm sorry, sir. I'm glad you responded that he didn't promise you that, made that promise.
no, I would not, even if he promised me, I will not accept it. I'll tell him, sir, you are mistaken. That's not how it. In fact, in channels, somebody said you will be in charge of the economy. I cut in and said no. I will not be in charge of the economy. Even if we win, the only thing for a VP is you are chairman of the National Economic Council, and anything else they give you to do. So I'm going to say something that is strong. Strong.
Please go ahead, sir.
If Shettima, I haven't heard it, but you heard it. If he ever said that Tinubu will handle economy and Shettima will handle security, then he was. Can I repeat?
Yes.
If he ever said that he was, because he didn't read the Nigerian Constitution, and then he doesn't know his boss, and then he doesn't even know what he's saying. How can Shettima, in the presence of a Tinubu, in Federal Republic of Nigeria, under insecurity, handle security? How is that possible? And what does Tinubu know about economy? Tax collection.
He built Lagos.
No. Tax collection is different from economics. What economic principles does he know? So I'm sorry to have used that language, but I still want to say if he said that, it was wrong. Now, when I was advising Obi to go and work with Kwankwaso, I admit I didn't fully see through the entire composition of these individuals. But now that things are beginning to play out, there is something fundamentally defective. And don't get me wrong, no one should get me wrong. I'm very, very happy for Peter Obi. And both of them are like seniors. They are seniors to me. I respect them tremendously. However, the way I treated Peter Obi, look, there was a time we were going to Jos. And due to travel logistics, I was to arrive after him. If you know how I bent space and time to make sure that I got to Jos before him, make sure I was standing at the airport and arrange for him to arrive and all those kind of things, to go and receive him. Like, it was practical, but I made it happen. Obi himself will remember that it happened. But because they never say thanks, not a single person came to say, well done or thanks to me. I took it That's fine. Kwankwaso walks in front of Obi. You don't do that. You have the videos and pictures of me. I will never do. People would be pushing me, giving me elbows and everything. And then me and Obi securities will look at each other and laugh. I'll say it's okay. Then someone will pull me forward. Just relax. Relax. When I was going to join Obi, 2 days, my people gave me a long list to go and iron them out, especially his auntie. They want to know. I don't want to say it. I was in his house till 1:45 a.m. When I asked him the first question, he went, do you know, eventually I never brought out the list.
Wow.
Demands and things we should agree on, all those things. And I went back to Kaduna and I said, I'm sorry. We discussed. I decided not to because of how he spoke, and I have decided to take the risk. I agree with him. I will not ask him to make any commitment. I will go. You're going in blindly. I said, I'll go in blindly. That's okay. That's it for you. I never assumed I would be given any specific role, not for Shettima to come and say he will handle security. I mean, he was governor during the Chibok girls. And then Nigerian democracy has been rewarding failure. After that, what happened next? He got re-elected, 2015. And then the Chibok girls were never found. He got again promoted to Senate. And what else again? He got promoted to Vice President. As Nigerian security is declining, you are climbing, your political career is increasing. That is the thing that has been wrong with this Fourth Republic.